Telomeres are a problem for linear chromosomes because in linear chromosomes, once you remove the primer at the end of the chromosome, all you have left on the side is the 5' end of the previous nucleotide. And remember, polymerases cannot add nucleotides to the 5' end. They can only add to the 3' end, which will be over here. But if you add nucleotides on this side, you don't have a template, so you don't know which nucleotide to attach. You cannot attach nucleotides without a template. This problem is solved by telomerase because telomerase has an internal template, so you can use its internal template and it can attach nucleotides to these 3' ends. So telomerase fulfills all the requirements you need to add DNA nucleotides. You have a template, you have an existing 3' end that you can attach nucleotides to, so telomerase is able to extend that 3' end of the linear chromosome. So what telomerase would do would be attaching DNA nucleotides, extending that 3' end of the chromosome, and once that 3' end is extended, you will still need to synthesize a complementary strand to that, and that will be adding a primer on this end and then adding DNA nucleotides after that primer. Once you remove that primer, you will still have the problem that we had at the beginning, but now that problem is farther away from your coding regions, so the important information in your DNA will not be lost, and instead what will get cut eventually will be those extra sequences that were added by telomerase that don't code for anything. So this is really a problem for linear chromosomes because they have this 5' end here once after removing the primer that will not be able to be replicated. This doesn't happen in circular chromosomes. And the reason it doesn't happen in circular chromosomes is because since they're circular, the strand on this 5' end over here is a circle that will eventually loop around and will provide a 3' end that you can continue attaching nucleotides. So you will be able to close that gap in a circular chromosome, and you don't need telomerase and you don't need telomeres at all.